back to Maxwell's Kitchen, continuing on with some more demonstrations. Since it's being summer, a lot of people are eating a lot of fish, so I thought it'd be a good idea if we showed how to break down a whole salmon today. First of all, when we're looking for salmon, what you want to do is you want to pick out a fish that's got really nice clean and clear eyes, and a flesh that has a little bit of that bounces back. If you compress the fish and it leaves finger imprints, your fish is really old and it's no good. So anyway, what you're going to need is you're going to need the pliers, a good knife, and I use some gloves. The reason I use gloves is because the oils from your skin, when they mix with the fish, it'll shorten the life of the fish for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off. This is a head-on fish, as you can see, and with this fin right here, there's a bone that comes up the top of the head and around the neck. And what we're going to do is we're going to follow that bone line, and we're going to take off the head of the fish. That's how we're going to start. Flip it over. Pull up that fin. Follow that bone line. We can discard the head of the fish. Okay, so now what we can see right here, this is like the spine of the fish. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife right on the top of that spine, and I'm going to go all the way down. And then I'm going to flip over the fish. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go all the way down. And then I'll give me my two sides of my fillets. Side one, here I can see there's my my spine, so I'm good. So here all I have, a little bit of carcass, a little bit of belly fat left over. You can trim that up if you wish to use it in the soup or something like that. But I'm just going to go ahead, get rid of my bones. So now what I have is my two loins. Now I got to come back and I got to trim these up. And first what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back and get all those little pin bones out. All those little pin bones, you can feel them with your fingers, run right down the center of the fish to about halfway. What I'm going to do is take my pliers. I'm going to position this so it's comfortable for me. I'm going to start up the neck. I'm going to find where those pin bones are. I'm going to pull them out. One by one. They're all done. All you have to do is take your thumb or your fingers and run against the grain of the fish, and they'll pop out at you. You'll know exactly where they are. Because yeah, if you leave one behind, your guests, or for me, my customers, are going to be like, hey, what's up with this little bone in my food? And yeah, they're not going to give it away. That's not good. There's going to be some right down in here. These are kind of a little bit harder to find, right where that neck was. So I'm going to come back and clean up my fillets before I can cut into mistakes. Okay, this side's pretty clean. I can see that where the fins were. I don't really have any rough cartilage that I need to clear, and so this guy here is good to get filleted. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start on the tail end. I'm just going to do a little back cut so I can get underneath the flesh to the skin. And then it always helps me if I just puncture a little hole into the skin so I have a firm grip on the fish so it doesn't slide away from me. So what I'm going to do is basically just take my edge really flat against the skin. I don't want to come up on the fish or else I'm going to start digging into the actual flesh itself. So I want to keep my blade angle almost at a slight downward angle so that if I do go through anything, it'll be the skin and not the flesh of the fish. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping taut with the tail end while working my knife towards the front of the fish. Skin's left. No skin on my loin. Means I'm good. Just going to come in, clean off a little bit of belly fat. The belly fat's really rich in flavor, but at the restaurant here, I don't really like to serve it with the entree because it doesn't cook as well as the actual loin itself. What I'm looking for is basically just this nice little strip right here. And then this little belly fat I'll save for whether it's gumbo or seafood paella or soup or anything else that I wish to do with it. So I just save that for later use. You can freeze it and come back to it if you wish. Trimming up any discrepancies on my fish so it's just a really nice loin. I'm going to start with the tail piece. And then a lot of times people have this nice long steaks, but I like mine short and fat. So I'm just going to cut this right down the center. We cut them about 6 to 7 ounces here for the first portion. 2. Save that. Back to my other side. This is the side where it had that dorsal fin right here. So that's really rough cartilage. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come on the top side of that cartilage. I'm just going to cut it out. That'll give me a better chance to fillet it. See my fin. It's all hard cartilage. I got a whole bunch of belly fat here. I can come back later and clean that up. A little membrane. So I'm going to whole fish down to this. Looks good. I like it.